So is XRP actually going to hit $2 in the coming days? Once again, while it got close to it. Going to take a look at some technical analysis as well as some of the legal analysis going on around XRP and Ripple with the SEC lawsuit, as well as a couple of timeframes and some implications what that can mean for crypto as a whole. It's definitely been gaining a lot of momentum lately, largely in part to do with a lot of the wins that Ripple has been getting in the legal arena. So a lot of that is just momentum from XRP holders adding to their stash and also new buyers that are seeing these headlines and wanting to jump in and try to cash in. Or is it just crypto gamblers that are just trying to make a quick buck, seeing some of the headlines, thinking that Ripple is actually going to win this case against the SEC, and basically placing their bet. Also, Coinbase just went public yesterday, and that was huge news for crypto. It's one of the largest IPOs in the history of the market. It's also big for the crypto industry as a whole. I'm going to give my thoughts as to why it basically tanked 28% on day one, and where the price is going to go from here, and the reasons why I have that forecast. And could now be the dip, the best time to buy Coinbase. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And on this channel, I am covering cryptocurrency news, financial markets, investment, personal finance issues, stimulus check updates. So if any of those topics interest you, go ahead, click the subscribe button and tap the bell notification icon. That way, YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And also, if you're feeling generous, I'd really appreciate it. A big thumbs up. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. All right, so a quick note on the Coinbase IPO and what happened yesterday. It started out, the price actually launched at $380, which was a little bit above its initial speculation of about $350. It went from $350 to quickly up to $429, where it peaked, and then it tanked all the way down to $310. And now it's rebounded slightly. It was roughly at 340, 342 after hours here on Friday. Now, this reminds me of kind of the Facebook IPO when they first went public. It was a huge fanfare around it. It was another big one, one of the biggest social media sites ever to go public. And when I remember watching it, it shocked a lot of people because what happened? Well, it happened kind of the same thing that happened to a lot of IPOs. When there's a lot of fanfare, what happens is the price initially spikes up and then it tanks. So what happened with Facebook, they launched at about $38, and shortly after, it just kept going down and down and down, finally reaching a low of $17 a share. Imagine buying Facebook for $17 a share. It's now worth over $305, I think it was today. But even if you had bought at that $38 or in that $30 range, you'd already be looking at a 10x in a 9-year period. So Coinbase launching at $380, a 10x from that would be a $3,800 valuation. So let me know in the comment section below, do you think that Coinbase, with its having its footing in something like cryptocurrency, which is just absolutely exploding, do you think a 10x in the next 9 years is possible? Do you think it'll happen before then, or do you think it'll take a lot longer, or do you think it'll even happen at all? And just a side note with that, the Facebook IPO, Facebook really doesn't have a lot of competitors. Yeah, there's other social media outlets, there's Twitter, there's your YouTubes, there's your LinkedIn's, but Facebook itself just doesn't have a lot of competitors. Coinbase has a lot of competitors. They're just not going to IPO in the United States market. There's exchanges all around the world, some of them are huge, and even Kraken, which is another United States cryptocurrency exchange, has been talking about going IPO later this year. So there's going to be a little more competition. So anyway, if you track Coinbase and that stock, I just wanted to throw those notes out there that it kind of looks similar to me like that Facebook IPO. All right, so now to XRP and why $2 in the next couple of days. It actually looks like a good possibility of that will be happening. Now, I'm not a technical analyst. I don't pore over charts all day long, but I do watch some of them that do pore over charts all day long, and I listen to their analysis. And a couple of these guys that I watch absolutely nailed it. In the last couple of days, they said, if XRP hits $2, which it came close, it was at $1.95, it will then consolidate and have profit taking all the way down to $1.40. Well, it came close. It went down to $1.42. So far so good. After that, they said it would rebound probably to about $1.70. Well, guess what? Later in the day, it was back to $1.72. Then consolidated back a little bit more to $1.66. But the analysis from there was that it could definitely see $2 in the next couple days. Not only that, there's been a little more good news on the legal side for Ripple in that the SEC was basically just caught doing something where they were using what's called MOUs, in which they were going overseas, going out of their jurisdiction, and basically going to Ripple's partners, searching for information, for financial statements, financial information. And from what I've read, that's not allowed. The SEC was not allowed to do that. And so Ripple came firing back, claiming that. And some people think that's the SEC basically just grasping at straws because they think this case is slipping through their fingers. As far as the legal analysts that I've been watching, it's really, really tough for them to pinpoint whether this case is going to go one way or another, because they all have interesting points as to whether XRP is or was a security and whether it's a security right now. Now, Brad Garlinghouse has been going on many, many interviews claiming that, well, even without Ripple, if Ripple doesn't exist, XRP would still exist. It would still be traded. It would still be used. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if you think XRP could actually exist without the Ripple company. Because XRP as a currency could absolutely still exist and function. However, as a utility, it really needs that Ripple network and its clients to be able to be used and be facilitated in the way that it was actually created to. So that's one of the things that analysts aren't sure. The judges could go one way or the other in claiming that, well, even without Ripple, the company, that the XRP token could exist and be used. And how did XRP function back in 2013 versus 2021? There is a massive difference in usage. There's a massive difference in holders, in market cap. And of course, some of them even speculate that even if Ripple loses this case, the SEC wins, there's a whole host of remediation efforts that could happen that could still keep Ripple alive and functioning, as well as the XRP token. Now, if they were to be registered as a security, the thought is that they would have to be delisted off of all of the cryptocurrency exchanges. They would then have to be listed on the United States securities market and be sold as a stock. Now, of course, there's wild speculations as to what could happen from there. Some say the price would probably plummet down to 50 cents, 60 cents, and then it would take time to ramp back up to where it is now. And then there's others on the other side that say if Ripple actually wins this case, $8 to $10 could be in the immediate near term in the coming months if they were to win this case. So it's going to be really fun to see. And I've really been digging into this case because this is fascinating, and I think this is bigger than Ripple as a whole. This is going to affect cryptocurrencies as a whole. That's why I did my video and that's why in my video yesterday I actually featured and talked about the new head of the SEC, who is actually Gary Gensler, who is actually very pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto. He understands the ins and outs. He understands the economies and the technology. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see. Now, he was handpicked by Joe Biden, so it'll be interesting to see what type of things that he leads the SEC to go into. Leave your comment in the comment section down below. Do you think Gary Gensler is going to be good for crypto as a whole or good for Ripple as a whole? Let me know. That's all I got for today. Don't forget to check out my last stimulus check update. I will link it right up here. You can go check that out after this video, in which I talk about stimulus checks being included in the fourth stimulus package, and if we could be seeing ongoing monthly stimulus checks. I give my thoughts on that as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'd appreciate a thumbs up on this video. And as always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.